is the episode 29 of the Golden Bee Revolution. Albarim Malong Alaji Chono Soare. Mbal content by Kalamba Fale Jianan to our episode 29 la. Coming Alala Nyaminadron. Last month we were talking about empowering the women voice and knowing what role women can do to build our nation. Because we are on a mission to put the Gambia on the strongest ladder, and we are doing it nowhere else but here on the global stage. Golden Bee Revolution, we are here to empower you, and we shall empower you with the voice. That's why today we brought two young dynamic leaders. They are performing in a different sector, wherein they are breaking the border by the uses of the pen. So join me, let's celebrate them and know how they are doing this to push the Gambia to the strongest ladder. Hello and welcome to the Gloden Bee Revolution.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Suare. Assalamu alaikum to you all. I am Mohamed Traore. I am a young Gambian writer and also a founder of an organization by the name Voice of Peace and Humanity. So I'm, pursuing BSc in Business Administration at the University of the People, and I have also studied a program of peace conflict resolution with the African with the institute.
You can go, don't worry.
Okay, with the Institute of
That's how it goes sometimes. I know, like when you go with your institutions, but we also know that you've studied about peace and conflict management in Africa here.
Exactly.
Very well, yeah. And I also understand that you are also writing a book that is about peace.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Sure. Welcome to the Golden Bee Revolution.
Thank you very much, Mr. Suare. Assalamu alaikum, viewers. I am Bakari Toure, a native of Burfoot. I am a medical student and also a youth activist and an aspiring author.
So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Coming along, Golden Bee Revolution long, wherever you come here, nga stage di la ke celebrate. Kamurun ko mala manke ki jafarot hila. Wala ka parkas damandina matno ke man tamono ba do biye reflesa ko no nyanyandina e ka parkas jela damandina wata na danta pusano jetola. The struggle to put the Gambia on the strongest ladder, there is no one member of come like I will not feel obstacles or challenges. So we accept it from him and we carry on from there.
Okay.
Can you please tell us some of the things that you do?
Okay, thank you very much. The Voice of Peace and Humanity is established on the foundation of speaking on behalf of the voiceless. Sure. We believe that there are a lot of people out there that want to speak, but they don't have the platform to speak. Or when they speak, they won't be heard. Okay. Especially children, sure. And the women, and these are the most vulnerable in the absence of, in the absence of peace. Yeah. So these people, we want to speak on this on their behalf. Sure. Human dignity. We want to speak and promote human dignity, as the voice, as the name indicates. Sure. The person that that is put into us, the spirit that is put into us to establish, that triggers the foundation of this organization, is that believing in Article 1 of the Universal Human Rights Declaration, okay, that every human beings are born equal in dignity and rights. Wow. So we believe that non individual, no person should be denied opportunities or should be discriminated based on his political beliefs or cultural or religious belief. Sure. So we want to speak to address these challenges in our communities. We are seeing these challenges every now and then. Sure. We all have equal right and access to every kind of opportunities. Wow. So this is what triggers us. And also, we want to promote the SDG 16 of the United Nations 2030 agenda, wow, which is sustainable peace, and also with this peace, justice, and strong institution. You will agree with me that without these three things, for any development, it will be very difficult. Sure. In the high political level, yes, for social sustainable development, they have discussed that peace and security is very important for for any development. Sure. So, and also strong institution is very important. We have seen when COVID-19 strikes, yeah, we have seen how lack of strong institution has affected us.
Sure.
It could have been tackled in a better way in certain countries like the Gambia, but due to our weak institution, especially the health department and the other things, it have hit us very badly.
Sure.
So this has also put into a psychological, distress, and we lack psychological peace.
Sure.
So that's why we want to, in the time of peace, we want to, address certain type of challenges, for better development. We believe that we should come together, all of us, through unity. We are strong, and when we speak louder.
Very well.
So this is the person into us. That's why we established, this organization, Voice of Peace and Humanity.
I think you are in line with the national pledge that talks about peace and our unity. So maybe you would like to shed some light about that.
Yeah, to quote from our national pledge that says, if we insist on pursuing our personal goals without putting our collective objective in mind, we shall fall. And this is the exact thing. We need to come together, forgetting our own personal interests, putting our collective interest in ahead of everything we are doing. Then indeed we shall progress collectively, and our collective progress, as a nation, as a institution, it's that's what's more important.
Very well.
I believe.
So looking at it from this perspective, Mr. Mohammed. Most Gambians are with the belief that Gambia is the most peaceful country in the world. What is your take on that?
Yeah, that is right. If I could remember very well, in my grade 3 to grade 4, we would do exam in our objectives. They would tell us that Gambia is best known for its, and peace would be, the right answer. But, suddenly, we have seen political crisis, that rises in a very high tension, and it has, seriously tampered with our peace. So if you look at the, Global Peace Index, its 2020 report, have ranked the Gambia, at the 60th of this thing. When it comes to peace.
You mean 6th or 60?
Mean 60. So this is, reflecting something. There is something wrong. There is something wrong elsewhere. And when we talk of peace, we do not only mean the absence of, war. Peace is far beyond that.
Laymen like us will be like Gambian Tramankelelon, so we are the most peaceful, not knowing that there are some other things that can keep you away from living in peace. Exactly.
This is the issue. So that's why we need to, look at peace at a very wide scope, at a very wide perspective, in order, to be able to, push Gambia to be number 1 on the, on the GPI Global Peace Index, like, other countries like Iceland is on it. So we the youths can do that. There is nothing, we just need to be given the opportunity and the platform, and we will do it solely. That's why the Voice of Peace and Humanity want to partner with other institutions and organizations, civil society organizations and NGOs, to embark on research to find out what is wrong, and to bring
what went wrong.
Exactly, and what went wrong, and not only stopping at that, but also, bringing out the solution. So in most cases, our problem is we only highlight on the problem. We only keep highlighting on the problem, but there is a time, the need arises for us to come together as one, to also highlight on the solution. That's why we want to embark on researches, to write good recommendations that are factual and submit it to the, concerned institution and, to the governments to see how best we can improve, the standard of our peace. Indeed, peace is very important. We would not know that until we make researches back into history and dig down into history. The 1994 Rwanda genocide, which is indeed, an example for every nation to learn from. And also, we look at one very important thing. If you look at back then, in long times ago, in the history of empires, the rise and fall of empires, we have seen that, the empires that concentrating on, and more concern of their stability and peace, were able to progress more than empires that, are with greed, hunger for power, and extending their borders. So this is the, exactly. I also want to say that nations that will prioritize the level of their peacefulness, the stability and security, will also grow more than other nations that only, you know, are concerned of not very much prioritizing their peace. You know, if we should recall back in when the former head of states was congratulating, you know, the elected head of state,
yeah.
you know, he told them that, let me make this thing clear to you. There is not any country in Africa, you know, that can, you know, attain development without peace and security and stability. He said this to him, and he is right with that.
Very well.
So that's why peace and security. That's why let us try and come together and see how to improve, you know, our level of peacefulness.
Discussing about your age in the media, do you think it's going to be private? Is it a privacy to you?
Yeah, let me just skip that.
Okay. I will assume you are less than 30 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
Very well. Yeah. Your age range will be like from 20 to maybe 26 below.
Yeah.
Maybe I can count it on that.
Yeah.
Why I'm so passionate to discuss about your age here is that the SDGs are counting of like 2030 goals.
Yeah.
You talk about the millennium goals that is set by the UN itself too. It's like counted from here to 60, and you look at the AU's goal in terms of developing Africa or seeing Africa at a state they're counting at 2060.
Yeah.
Which I think is a very big insult. A very, very slow pace considering us. Imagine by 2060 I will be dead, maybe.
Yeah.
Or even if I'm alive, I may count myself very, very old.
Yeah.
Isn't it an insult to us, the Africans, when you have people like you who understands their role, who is talking about peace, who is talking about how we can restore peace here, the peace that we've lost,
Yeah.
who is talking about or analyzing the condition that happened in Rwanda, which is believed to be as the highest massacre rate in the world,
Yeah.
and it was settled within 20 years old.
Yeah.
Is it not going to be an insult to consider next 60 years or to consider about next 40 years to see Africa to develop? I think this is a very big insult. Having you to speak on this issue and having you to point out this, I see strong leadership in you.
Yeah.
I wish and I hope you maintain it, you push it.
Thank you.
I've never worked under you, but I admire the way you push it. I must confess with this. You started with an energy that you felt like you could not do it. I assume you are so hungry to say something, and it goes a little bit off because you get a slip of what you wanted to mention.
Yeah.
But you recovered it very well, and it goes.
Yeah.
I have seen some that will be on the media. Once they tumble on the stage, they will be like, no more. They will just cut it.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it, and then they lose it. But you had a drop, and you fixed it, and you push.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what we expect from leaders.
Exactly.
And I'm seeing someone in his 20s doing this. I will tap you. I will say bravo to you,
Yeah.
bravo to you, and bravo to you.
Thank
Keep
you.
it up, and I'll come back to you with my next question. But
Okay.
first, I have to go to, do we call it working with the pen or working with the injection? Stethoscope or thermometer? Why not
All of
the...
them.
Very well. I'm seeing a medical personnel becoming an auto too. Not the injection, but the pen. Why an auto?
Yes, so I'll talk about that. But as far as there is life,
Sure.
then there is no limit for one's growth.
Very well.
Okay, so why the pen? Because I was a passionate reader
Oh.
when I was, let's say, transitioning from junior school to high school. I used to be an active reader, and then they said leaders are readers, and I considered myself a leader because I have been in leadership positions throughout my educational career, from primary school to junior school to high school up to university. Okay, so with that, as a leader, you're leading people, you understand,
Yeah.
and then you're giving instructions and you're guiding people towards different things. Okay, so that gave me that realization that probably this is also one of the things that it's like I'm here to do, to lead people. And in order to become a successful leader, you have to understand people. You have to understand the way people live, how people perceive things in life.
Yeah.
You understand how people can move about achieving their goals. Okay, so this has set the pace for me to start reading into personal development books. Okay, that can improve one's morality, intellect, and interpersonal relationships and communication skills.
Okay.
So with all that, I have gathered so much information that I think keeping that in me, I don't think it's fair for the generation coming, because I'm reading also from other people's experience. So I also have to write my experience so that other people also can learn from me. Okay, so this has given me the zeal to write.
Wow, beautiful.
Okay, and then that is why I started writing, and I love writing. Yeah.
So considering the fact that you been passing through so many leadership stages, like I may call it being a class prefect or a head boy to managing the school, from one of the best high schools in the Gambia, that we call Newsrat, you were once a leader there. That shows that how great your leadership took. And now I've seen you also change a little bit direction now, not from seeing that public representation game that you're taking, but you instead go into saving life. I want to become a doctor. Was it forced to you, or it was a choice?
No, for me, medicine was a choice.
Okay.
Since I was in primary school, nobody told me to choose medicine.
Wow.
It's my own choice. And then I have set on the track to go in search of medicine.
Wow.
That is why from junior school, I went to Newsrat to do science. Because I want to become medical doctor. And from Newsrat, then I went straight to the university.
It's based on your choice.
It's based on my choice, because I love medicine. You know, you deal with the human beings, and then you save life directly.
Sure.
You understand? You know, those who fix mobile phones, this is very valuable.
Sure.
But the engineer is not here. I can use it, but the engineer is not here.
Very well.
But as a doctor, I have to stand in front of someone who is in need of help.
Very well.
And then I will help him, and then I will see the smile on his face or on her face.
Sure.
So that is really rewarding.
That's when there's a relationship between your work and his, because he's talking about peace and humanity. So you're talking about saving life here, humanitarian comes.
Sure.
Wow. Sure. This is a question that I trapped you, linking it to the work that you do, that is counseling, teenage counseling. I would have said it means you were forced to do something, and now that force made you to set a counseling center where you will counsel young people, so they will not be forced, but to give them a guide. But understand that it came as a choice.
Oh, okay.
So very well, yeah. So my trick worked very well for me, and I want to know now, why setting a counseling center, especially for teenagers?
Yes, so that is very specific of me.
Sure.
Because the teenage age is a very challenging age.
Sure.
Now, when you pass your teenage age, probably in your 20s and then towards your 30s, you might have already settled down. You might have already made up your mind. But as the child is growing up into the teens, now that's when you started all seeing yourself grow. If you are a lady, that's when you start realizing that I'm a big girl, I'm growing up. If you are a boy, that is the time you start realizing that I'm a big boy.
Sure.
You understand? And then that is the time that your parents want you to study, they want you to go to school, but that is the time you want to enjoy and explore the world.
Emotion combined life, enjoy.
You understand?
Yeah, I know.
So it's a big tension that some people are dragging you towards your future, but your desires
and ego will be just
your eagerness to know what is in the world, you feel like you have missed a lot, and you want to explore.
Sure.
So that is a very critical age.
Sure.
And many parents have not been able to manage that stage of their children very well. And also, surprisingly enough, even the government has not catered for counselors in schools, public schools.
Sure.
We have teachers and we have the administration, but we also need a trained counselors, psychologists, who will be there, because there are some students who like bullying, and then there are some students who have those stress because there is something going on home, maybe parents are divorced. So with that divorce and with their education, they are not able to understand,
very it's not comparable to them.
To reconcile the two.
So
I feel like there is a need for something like this. And then I set out and then form my plan, and then start working with schools, started going out, counseling people, you understand? So this is why I set up the counseling center. This
last portion took me to something, especially it has to do with myself. When I was in high school, that was like in 2011, I had a drop in my performance because my father is living in a country where there is a strong conflict, and it was very, very tense then. I remember I will dodge school, go home, watch TV, to know, watch news to know if he's in a safe hand or not. I had nobody that will guide me then to know he's going to be fine, even though I know he'll be fine. And having the mind, because like I have to explain to a few of my teachers that this is what is happening, because they've realized that my performance on their side is really dull, and sometimes I would be like my regularity at the school was compromised. I was not very oftenly going.
Sure.
I'll be punished even if I explain what I am going through. I'll be facing punishment, but there was nowhere I can go and cry to a counseling center that, look, this is what is happening, this is what I'm going through. I have to work with that stress, and it had an impact on my education. Then I thank God that you've said this, and maybe to what I have gone through that year, 2011, I am sure not anyone else will go. After exposing what you are doing, this will really guide many people to overcome this, because it's something that is well needed, and we have to really push it. But I'm scared that we will be going for a short break. When we come back, we will continue with this one. But first, I will leave you with this before we go for the break. COVID-19 is real. Stay at home, wash your hands, wear your mask, follow all the precautions that can keep you very, very safe. Stay out from the myth that COVID-19 is a politically related infection, or is a disease that doesn't exist in Africa here or in the Gambia here, or be asking, tell me who died. Even people who died with malaria, they will say they died of corona. You are not a doctor or a medical personnel, so stop the myth. Do not wait to be a victim to believe that COVID-19 is real. Stay safe, follow all the precautions. COVID-19 is real. We go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue the discussion.
Biggie ways, hair speech, set wedge. I don't wait for you, my charger. For you, my charger. You pick a chase, no case, and I'll go. Scarface for you, my charges. No be my bandit. Jelal te bula negere ma be mate ya mom. So buge ye buma be full nech, no lie. No lie. Dawal tiki suma fi kula monata pul ragal. Kisa tuma kene kuma sap, no doubt. No doubt. But you say, Dama Jomi, Olamandobi, Overmedi. So what's funny? This and Dobi, this Mandobi, Puka Gisni, na Jaffa Overisti. Dama Jomi, Olamandobi, Overmedi. So what's funny? This and Dobi, this Mandobi, Puka Gisni, na Jaffa Overisti.
Risky, Dobi, the Faristi. Risky, me no one go 50-50. Risky, Dobi, the Faristi. Risky, Dobi, the Faristi. Risky, me no one go 50-50. Risky, Dobi, the
Faristi. Yeah, ganga to my guy. Why? You're the kid of summer mind, yeah. Danga rafet, danga helu nek, tega sima di ma phone, di ma rai. Moda risky, no vida risky. Moda risky, yeah. Kilo kami, I'm getting money, biggie money. So what's fun? Be risky, poly whiskey, get tipsy, already quite risky. Kilo kami, I'm getting money, biggie money. So what's funny? Who be risky, poly whiskey, get tipsy, already quite risky.
Risky, Dobi, the Faristi. Me no one go 50-50. Risky, Dobi, the Faristi. Risky, Dobi, the Faristi. Me no one go 50-50. Risky, Dobi, the Faristi.
Welcome back. I hope Ali was short musical break. I enjoyed it. But coming now from Yaminadron, our intention is to have advertisement for commercial from companies like Lamia, they will join it. The Gloden Bee Revolution is losing its strength in terms of covering some other issues. Please sponsor the project, which is the Gloden Bee Revolution project. We are here to empower young Gambians. We've empowered more than, if you look at the statistics or the impact we have committed in the Gambia here, we have impacted more than 50,000 people in the Gambia here. We are currently nominated in Ghana as the best humanitarian TV show of the year 2020. So, and many more. But we cannot achieve all this if you are not supporting our power. Join us, because we are not tired. Nothing can stop us. Not even the rain will stop us to go search for people outside to bring them, so we celebrate them. We are here to dig down to the Gambian root to bring the Gambian to the highest stage. We cannot do it alone. We need your support. So please contact us anytime if you want to market with us, so we can empower this. The cash is not going into our pocket or anywhere else, but it's going back to the Gambians to celebrate the Gambia, to give them those iconic views that they want to have, to give them those best that they're looking for, and to help us celebrate the Gambia as we celebrate other countries. They are celebrating theirs, why not us? So join us, and this is the episode 29. Like I told you, we have two great Gambian leaders who are here with us, authors, but still they are doing other projects that is really building the Gambia. Thank you for joining us. Follow us on Facebook, Gloden Bee Revolution, and also on Star TV Facebook page. Then you will get to understand what the Gloden Bee Revolution is doing. We are here for you. We will empower you. Even if drinking is your talent, we shall celebrate you, bring you to the global stage, and the world will celebrate you. For the Gambia, our homeland, we strive and work and pray. Coming to you, Mr. Mohammed, thank you so much for coming, and I've learned a lot from this. I want you to please give us a brief description about the book you wrote, because I understand you're an author and you wrote something. So maybe like put us through to the book.
Okay, the book, titled The Trust Peace Chain Theory. Okay, it's a book of theory, that highlights ways, in which, we can achieve peace. For every development is very important. But, achieving any development, do we put this in mind? That is the sustainability of that development. We want to achieve peace. Yes, it is important. Again, if we should cite another example from Rwanda. Before 1994, there were a lot of developments. But, the sudden emergence of the 1994 crisis, has seriously tampered with their development, in a lot of areas. So, one thing, I will assume it was the problem that, peace also is a development. The level of peacefulness of a society and community, is also another development. So now, the sustainability of that development piece was not really considered. If it was considered, the crisis will not emerge, because there will be certain measures put in place for peace to prosper, to excel. That the moment the crisis want to rise, it will be stabilized, very, very easily. So now, that's why I believe, as a passionate peace promoter, that the sustainable of our peace should be our concern. So that's why that triggers me, to write this theory, to invent this theory on peace, to promote sustainable peace. I outlined very magnificent ways which I believe for any society, for any nation, to achieve sustainable peace. These are what you should follow. This is a theory. If you display it, if you display the book cover, we would emphasize more on it. Looking at the book cover, it's a chain, and on this chain you will have home, then you will have school, and then workplace, then social gathering. So this is the theory, and I highlighted ways in which we can achieve sustainable peace from our homes. Then in school, how can we help children to think in a very peaceful manner, to embrace one another. It is very true that we can never be the same in opinion, and that's why we need to be tolerant. We should also learn, because we would never be of the same opinion. We should be able to learn to agree our differences in a very civilized manner. So this is what I believe should also be part of things we teach our children in school, home, school, then in our communities, and then workplaces. Then in these workplaces, I elaborated a lot of things in which in workplaces we can promote justice and inequality. If we come to a lot of workplaces, there are a lot of things that are tampering with our peace. That is, we are not given equal rights and opportunities. When it comes to opportunities, you see, sometimes women are discriminated, sometimes men are discriminated. So this also is not peace, I believe. And I think many also will agree with me that this is not peace. So this is the theory. Also, the theory come to support and promote the SDG 16 of the United Nations 2030 agenda. The UN is concerned, or nations of the world are concerned of now sustainable peace. Because peace is an enabler to order, to achieving other sustainable development goals, like ending poverty. If we want to end poverty, you will agree that we need peace. You see? So we also, in promoting education, we need peace. So to enhance our social and economic growth, we need peace. So that's why it is very important for nations to come together and make sure that, sustainable peace is achieved no matter what. This should be our concern, because it's it's UN agenda. Does not mean I and you should relax, to look at them like that, and we say it's their agenda, they would achieve it by their own. They want peace for us, because when sustainable peace is achieved, I and you will enjoy. So that's why let us join hands together to promote this, this agenda. So long as it is peace, it will help us in achieving other agendas, but also, things such like climate change also can disrupt our peace, and so on. So, that's why we promote peace as well as other sustainable development goals in the UN 2030 agenda. So this is my book. I believe it's a book of theory. I outlined very important ways in which sustainable peace can be achieved, through those stages, by any society or nation of the world that is concerned of its peace.
That's very beautiful. I think I will come to a question that will guide me on that one. But first, I want to hear from him to tell us a little bit about your book too, because I understand you also know how to talk.
Yes. So thank you. And then I just want to give you something. My philosophy of peace. I see peace as it's a tool for development. Understand? Peace is a tool. It's something that without it you cannot have the development.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So it's a means to development. So if you eliminate it from our society, then we will go backward.
It's more like a vehicle.
It's a vehicle.
Thank you so much.
So yes. So my book, too bad you did not ask me to send it to you.
Okay.
So
Wow.
I would have done that.
Wow.
But
Blame me for that.
this is the title. Excellent personality development.
Okay.
Why I said excellent personality development. A human being, we look at the whole human being. You don't say, okay, because your hair is nice, I like you.
Sure.
You understand? Or because the way you work, I like you, and we are going to make you leader. No, we select leaders, or we give responsibility to people that we trust. And how do we trust? We said this one has a good personality.
Sure.
He has good characters. You understand? He has a high moral standard. You understand? So, meaning everybody needs it. You understand? But I realize also that us young people, we don't read.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's one thing about us.
We don't
We are very busy on social media and other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't read. And then I can remember when I was at high school, let's say exams will be going on or class will be going on, and my novel will be with me.
Wow.
You understand? They'll be like, "Are you done with your chemistry or this until you?" I said, "No, but I enjoy reading."
I know those are the last made there were people.
You understand?
My crew.
So it's excellent personality development for young people.
Right.
It's a youth companion. I call it a youth companion.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to make it a big book, because if I make it big book, I know people are lazy. They will not read it. So I want to make it a pocket size book, where that at least you can even carry it.
Yeah,
You can put it in your pocket.
Sure.
So it's easy to read it, finish it, and go over it, finish it, and go over it, finish it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Together.
Very good. Because for once to build your personality, it's a character, and then it's not built in one day. But you need to have an idea, and then it has to be practical.
Sure.
So my book is both theoretical and practical. I will have to explain the theory and what you need to develop a correct personality, but also how are you going to achieve this. Okay. So I discuss things like self-confidence.
Sure.
Because self-confidence is a means to. Without self-confidence, he will not be sitting down here.
Very well.
Without self-confidence, you will not be here.
Very well. I would like.
Because you will run away.
Yeah, very well.
You understand? So that's very important. So if you have self-confidence, you will show yourself to the crowd, to the people. But also, if you don't have a good approaching system towards people also, even with your self-confidence, people will put you down. You understand?
Sure.
So it's like it's a package that has a lot of things. You understand?
Yeah.
Also, if you are somebody who is not sociable with people,
Sure.
if you don't, you are somebody who cannot build good relationship with people,
Sure.
then nobody want to be with you.
Sure.
If you are somebody who is bad-mouthed, arrogant, nobody want to be with
Not
you.
welcome anybody.
You
So.
understand?
I know.
If you are somebody who doesn't welcome people with a smiling face when
Sure.
people enter, you are in office and you are sitting, somebody entered, yes, how are you? Yes, how are you? The person
Trying
want
to
to
be
tell you
that bold.
something, will try to hide it now.
Yeah.
You understand? But if you welcome people, yes, how may I help you? Sit down.
Yeah.
You see people open up. You understand? So these are personality traits that I discuss in the book,
Sure.
so that a young person, you go through those things and then you see where you stand. If you don't have anything, and then I'll show you how to develop that, and then you go through it and then you try to improve your ways,
Sure.
then you will become a very powerful person,
Sure.
and you become the leader that is desired anywhere.
Very well.
You understand? So these are the things that I talked about in the book. It's not a very light book because I know people will not read it if it is too big.
Yeah, many
I'm
will not
very,
read it,
very
yeah.
short. So I make it a pocket size one.
Okay.
Yeah, but right now what my problem is to publish it. So probably I will.
We will talk about that, and I will have to apologize to you that I think I have too many things in my head. I couldn't inform you. I thought I did inform you,
that's very okay.
but I promise to you the next show we are going to publish it. We will just flash it there and say something about it, because with Gloden Bee Revolution we don't kill your dreams, we give you a dream.
Sure.
So don't mind. We can bring it and we will discuss it there.
Okay,
We will do that for you.
That's
Also, yesterday we were lucky to go to the street with our team to do some research to seek people's opinion about reading and especially about Gambian author. So I am pleased to introduce the video to you so we can say a little about it.
Good day, everyone. My name is Fat Bintu Toure. We are currently at Westfield trying to do an interview with some of these people that we'll meet on the streets. It is currently raining right now, but anyhow, we will still manage to do the interview. So our motive here today is to talk about the reading culture in the Gambia, because it is of knowledge that the reading culture in the Gambia here is very poor, especially during this moment that most of the schools are closed. Books shops are not getting customers coming in to buy books. So we want to know what is what has the future hold for some of these writers that are coming up into the writing field. So what will be their source of inspiration to go into this field when they already know that not much people are really interested in buying books. So we want to talk to few people from the street, and if possible interview one or two shopkeepers. Can you please follow me and we will go inside. Thank you. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, my dear. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What is your name?
My name is Innocent Unebu.
We are here at your shop and we want to talk to you about people's reaction when it comes to book. Are people really coming out to buy books?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, do you have any book here that is written by a Gambian?
Yeah, I think I have some of them here with me.
Okay, so I would like to know, do you have any words of inspiration to young people that want to venture into the writing arena?
Yeah, exactly. Even there is a poetry club here for children, starting from primary school. They do come here, do their typing work, because I also type materials here. So I do see some students, even from the primary school level, they are writing up something. And the last time, I cannot even remember, but I don't take record of them, but the girl is trying, because she based on cultural things. If you are reading his book, or if you are reading her book, you will know exactly what is going on in Gambia.
Okay, so she's writing more about cultural stuff. Okay, I would also like to know, do you have any welcoming rooms for young people that are into writing, and if they bring their books here, you can keep it for them and then sell it for them?
100% guaranteed. About 2 weeks ago, I met one of them. In fact, right now as I'm talking with you, he's one of my book. He's a writer too, he's a youth, and the way I see him, he's very, very serious. So I do encourage him. I told him anytime he's free, let him come here, pick any book he wants, and charge himself. Once he read it, he bring it back and give me anything. It's welcome.
Okay, do you have any negative impact as a result of the COVID-19? Are you having low sales with some books here, or we would like to know how COVID-19 is negatively impacting your business?
That one negatively, it has done a very bad things to us that are selling books, because since the closure of the school, in fact, the business is like a stop, because no school, no sale of books.
Okay, thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What is your name?
I am Hadindao.
Okay, Hadindao, we will want to know if you really love reading books.
Yes, I do try. Not 100% into it, but I do try.
Okay, I would like to know what are some of these areas that you love reading about.
I love reading about history, because I know for our generation, a lot of young people are lost when it comes to our culture and the things that our ancestors were doing, or great grandparents were doing rather. So I would like to say that if we have these things that we can read about our own culture, because if you look around, people are lost. There are a whole lot of things that we need to know about our culture and our very own country. Because looking at the Gambia right now, there are certain things that if you ask the Gambians about their own country, they don't know. So if you have books, I know it's good to read about others, but first we have to know our own country and our own culture and our history first. That will help a whole lot. Yeah.
Okay, that is to say you will advise these young writers to make research about our history and write more about our history.
Exactly. They should do more research about our own culture and our own history. Let them write about our own culture. Like, we have so many subjects that people are doing in our schools, but do we have anything that is surrounding our own history or our own culture when it comes to our education system? These are the things that we lack, and we need to work on them for the future generation that are yet to come, so that whatever they want to know about our culture or our history, they will just go back to those books and read them. It will guide them.
Okay, Hadi, thank you. My last question will be, what piece of inspiration do you have to share with these young writers that are emerging into the writing arena? How do you think they will survive?
It's never going to be easy. It's never going to be easy, but whatever you have passion for, do not wait for anyone to help you. Keep on moving. One day or the other, it will be better, inshallah.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What is your name?
Chris.
Okay, Chris, I would like to know if you love to read books.
I'll say yes and no.
Yes or no?
Yeah, it's like a combination of both. Like, I don't know, because sometimes when I read, I find it to be stressful, but necessary at the same time. I mean, some books I enjoy, but then some I read just because I need to get the information. Sometimes I can be stressful.
Okay, so what are some of these books that you enjoy reading?
I like books about history. I like books that relate to martial arts. I don't know, just like things I can do like in everyday life, like building skills, how to cook. I really don't know how to cook, so that's a skill that I need to learn in order to have, I don't know, more enjoyment out of my life, because food is I love to eat, but I don't know how to cook.
Okay, so here in the Gambia, people find it very difficult to read. You understand? People don't read. The reading culture here is dying gradually. So what piece of inspiration do you have to give out to these young writers that are venturing into the writing fields? So what words of inspiration do you have for them?
I would say the most important thing is to be able to connect to your audience. I mean, this is the 21st century. A lot of people are into, I don't know, just like the Twitter, the Facebook, and things like that. If you can reach out to them on that platform, that would be a good idea. But if you incorporate some of the superstardom, like things that superstars are talking about, LeBron James, actors, if you can incorporate some of that into your literature, I think people would be more interested to read it, because this is a generation of artists. So if musicians and artists are incorporated into the thought process of your literature, people will want to read it because they're going to want to know what they say, and then you can build your platform off of that.
Okay, Chris, thank you so much. That's all I have for you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, it has been a tough day, but yet still, Gloden Bee Revolution have managed to walk under the rain. This is to show how delegated we are in the work that we are doing. So till another time, thank you so much. Back to the studio.
I hope you've learned a lot from them. Some of them have given advice. Some of them are even giving you an opportunity where you can give them a book. First, let's talk about those areas first before I go there. I think this is I think I would say congratulations. You have someone where you can take your book to him, sure, and he's going to sell it for you, like he likely said there. And also I've spot some piece of advice from what they've said, like you need to be passionate about what you do. You have to really focus, you have to be in line with what people are looking for. Some of them are talking about martial art books, some of them are talking about how to cook, some of them are like, we want to know about the Gambian culture. And you can get from the bookkeeper at the stationery said, there's a young girl who is even at the primary school side is writing about Gambian culture and people are going for it. So what have you gained from these three people, like from their analysis on writing? Do you think it's doable?
Yes, I think it's doable. Like what they said, like you have to see, what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Like he's so passionate about peace.
I would love to hear that in 1 minute because
okay. He's passionate about peace.
Okay.
And then he's doing so well in that area.
Yeah.
Like that girl also is passionate about the culture.
Sure.
Like people like me, I'm also passionate about personal development, which can be in line with peace.
Yeah.
So just whatever you're passionate about, and you feel like you can communicate it, simplify it for people to understand and move forward and develop.
Very well.
Then I think the floor is yours.
Sure. I think I have you to say something about this in 1 minute. So
yeah, exactly. They've said a lot about Gambians, and reading and so on.
Yeah.
There is this common notion in the Gambian society that Gambian bi soko buge no halis rek def ko ci book du ko gis.
Yeah.
So this is something that is telling us that Gambians do not like reading, and we need to read. That's why we really need we need to read.
Okay.
That's why our education system that is also affecting it, because if you concentrate on chemistry a lot of at so much, you don't read on how to boost your self-esteem, how to have other knowledges. And if you graduate like this man here, I will ask him certain question on chemistry, he forgot it.
Yeah.
You see, so there are sometimes you need to create some times for yourself and you read. So I'm urging all the Gambians, we are together in this, we encourage each other, and if I write, no one read, I won't write another book. Why should I write?
Can you capture in 30 seconds how has COVID-19 affected your book writing and in the project that you were going into?
Yeah, the COVID-19 pandemic has seriously, affected, the book, because the book, was written since long ago in August. So but it went for review and so on. Suddenly COVID-19 emerges, and then we could not, we allow social gatherings and so on. So they could not meet, and school were closed. I took it to some of my teachers and so on, my mentors.
Okay.
But they could not have time, to look at it due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
I took that like April instead of August, because August was just yesterday, I would call it.
Yeah, no, that was last year.
Last year in
August.
Oh, like it took you 1 year,
yeah.
So quickly, in 30 seconds, I want to know how has COVID-19 affected your project?
Well, for me, I would say it has given me more time to focus.
Okay.
And then to go through my work once more.
Wow.
And then cross-check it, and if I need to add anything.
So in short, you want to say it was good that COVID
I
came
had some time with myself,
Wow.
and then so I was not going out, understand. So I have some time to check my work and do some serious work with it.
Finally, I would love to patronize you with this. Most Gambians will want to operate like I'm a low key. I attack some people. Some will apply to when they want to come to the show. They will be like, I am this, I am that, I do this, but I just want to remain on low key. And I will tell them, if you remain low key, the Western people, the Americans and other people are going on high key, so that's why they are growing, and you're the people killing the Gambia.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put this onto you. Sometimes I'm a dictator,
yeah.
and I love myself being a dictator in some time, so I will just say it, I'm a dictator in this type.
Yeah.
We are going to work on something. I am confident COVID-19 will not exist in the Gambia by December, inshallah.
Inshallah, yeah.
Let's talk about a date in December, where two of you combine, you go on a book launching, because you are young startups, you are just starting, work on a project. You wrote a book, you're a new guy, write a book, set a launching, be it is going to be entry $5 or $10, remember it. You launch the book together, it's going to be a twin launching, then you can stand on your own. There are writers association in the Gambia here or on the like, but I expect the first one will be like, invite people to market yourself, not to look from the money there, but even $5 that you gain as a profit from it is okay, but your first mission is going to be sell your work. So talk about it in December. I don't want to hear I cannot do it, we cannot do it, we have to plan. From here, get your contacts, select your contacts, combine it together, December set a day where you're going to invite, even if 10 people comes, it's a victory, because those 10 people are going to push it, and I will be there, inshallah, if I'm alive.
Okay.
I'm going to share it on my Facebook, WhatsApp, and other people will share it too. So we're going to do it.
Yeah.
We have it and we have a deal. If you don't do it, I think I will charge a case against you. I have done this with so many people that come here where we set a networking, we set them, and then they are working. So with that, this is the episode 29 of the Gloden Bee Revolution. We have so many exciting things to do. Sometimes I'm a dictator, I push it, but I call myself a dictator of progress and peace. We can build the Gambia if we accept to be a dictator that will bring a positive change. Work hard, stay home, wear your face mask, wash your hands, follow all the precautions of the COVID-19. With that, we will kick COVID-19 from the Gambia, and it will go outside the world where we will celebrate our world, because it is a world that is for you and me and for the entire human race, so we can live in peace, die, go to heaven. Thank you so much. Join us next week. Bye-bye.